Assalamualaikum and welcome to MRF Skills, and my name is Fawad. If you wanted to write thesis in a professional way, then you need to know a few things. These are the basic factors that your thesis is based on. You have an acknowledgement. This must be appear in a separate page, and you want your abstract to be appear in a separate page. Your chapter number, these two, you wanted it to be in a separate page. Then proper the formatting of a chapter. You have an introduction on the top, and then you have main headings. Heading number 1 and heading number 2 are the main headings, and subheadings of second heading number 2. Similarly, you have another chapter of, let's say, methodology. Then you wanted your methodology to be appear in the top of the chapter, the beginning of a chapter. Then you again have some headings, then subheadings. So for that, you need to know that whenever you have to write thesis, you must use the proper formatting. Like when you have to use your page break, section break, factors like that. So in the first part of this video, I'm going to tell you about the writing styles. Then I am going to create some table of content. Then I will insert pictures of different in different headings, and then how to create a table. So you will get almost everything necessary for your thesis writing. So you need to watch this video completely. So first thing, for the writing style, you need to know that these are the styles which are the predefined in your MS Office. So you can select any of them. If you use the writing style from here, then you need to create a table of content, list of figures, list of equations in the beginning. It will automatically generate a table of content and some other things like that. So let's say that you want this to be appear in the center, and the acknowledgement, whatever I have to write in the acknowledgement, I want to acknowledge for who I want to acknowledge for. So for that, you need to have first select a writing style. I'm going to go for a title. This writing style is good, but you need to change it because it is in Calibri font. I'm going to use it Times New Roman. Reduce this size, and then I want to take it to the center, Control E. And if I want to add a space, then go for the paragraph setting and add a space after the paragraph. So now you have selected the writing style for the acknowledgement. All I want that my abstract must be in the same format as my acknowledgement is. So for that, you need to select the acknowledgement, the formatting you want to be updated, and then go for the title and right click update. Now whenever you have to use this writing style for any other thing, it will get into this formatting. So let's say I want my abstract to be in the same format. I should select the abstract and then go for the title, so it will get the same formatting style. One other thing, let's say that I want to add some paragraph and I want my acknowledgement to be appear in a separate page. So let's say hit enter and type some random paragraphs equal rand. Let's say I want to add 4 paragraphs. Let me copy it. Now if you hit enter, it will create 4 random paragraphs. That's how it created. Now you see that my acknowledgement and abstract and few other things are on my same page. So before that, I think I should change the normal the writing style for the normal. Let's say I want a Times New Roman and I want to be justified. So for that, I need to go in the paragraph section, or you can simply select the text and type Control J, hit Control J. If you want to add a spacing of 1.15 or 1.5, that's how you create a spacing. Now this text is selected, and you should update this one from here so that all the other text of normal style must be changed. So let's say you have to go to the normal font style, right click and update. You see that all the other text which was in the normal font is changed now. So that's how you update your writing style. But you want your abstract to be in the next page. So take your cursor to the beginning of your abstract and Control plus Enter. It will create a page break. So if you want to change your acknowledgement, you can write anything here. If you want to remove some paragraph or add some paragraph, it won't affect the writing style for the other. So that is the benefit you get when you use page break. So let's say I want to write something here too in the abstract. Control C, Control V, the text you have copied, Control V, it will create again a random paragraphs here. So now you want that your abstract must be in a single page, and there you get some extra factors. You want to remove them, so for that you need to take them to the next page. So Control and Enter. Take your cursor at the beginning of a chapter, C of a chapter. So what it will do that when you hit Control plus Enter, it will again create a page break here, and now your abstract is also in the same page. So that's how the acknowledgement and abstract are set now. Now you want your chapter number to be in a separate page. The page must be empty, but this is the only thing that should be appeared in your single page. So that you can understand that from here onward your chapter number 1 is. So for that you need to go to the introduction, which is the chapter name of your chapter number 1, and Control Enter. So now your chapter number is on the in a single page. Now you have to change the writing style for this. Let's say that you can select any other, or if you don't want them, you can create a new writing style. Let's say I want to create a new writing style, and I can name it as chapter number. Hit OK. Now you have to change some formatting. Let's say I want to add increase the size, and I want to change the Times New Roman, bold, and I want to turn it to the uppercase. Control E, take it to the center, and then Shift F3 will increase the size. Now I want it to be in the center or not too low. So that's the chapter number 1, which is the introduction. This was the writing style selected for this one. So you can see that if you want to update it so that you can use the same formatting for other chapter numbers or chapter names, so you need to go and update your writing style. So your writing style for the chapter number is being updated now. One more thing, you should use same for that, because from here onward this all the components of your chapter number 1, and I want my chapter number 2 to be in the separate page. Control Enter, and methodology must be in a separate page. Control Enter. But remember that your writing style for this was chapter name or chapter number. So you need to go here and select this one. So it will create same formatting for the other one as it was. So you use 3 spacings, 3 hinters. Now if you have another chapter number 3, then you can do same for them, for 3, 4 and whatever you have. Now let's say this was my main heading, which is the name of the chapter. So you need to go for the heading number 1. So this must be your heading number 1, because this is the name of the chapter. I want to increase the writing size, Times New Roman, and I want to change it to the uppercase. You can also go from here and change it to the uppercase, you need to go here from paragraph section and select this one. Show that all the headings must be cleared. So I need to change it again. I need to go for the bold and for the Times New Roman and go here. Remember, this was the name of the chapter. Update heading 1. Now this was my first chapter. You need to go to the second chapter, methodology, and you have to use the same writing style for that. So the first two shows that this is chapter number 2 in the main heading, so in the name, and the one shows that this is from chapter number 1. Now one more thing, let's say this is my first main heading of the chapter number 1, that is introduction. So let's say this is my first main heading. I should use the writing style for heading 2, and I want to change it for that. Remember, this was the main heading. So for Times New Roman, and I think everything is fair now. I want to add some random paragraph. One more thing, this was your main heading. Heading 2 is also main heading, so you need to go for the same formatting for that. Sorry, not for this one, heading 2. I didn't update it, so that is why it shows in calligraphy font. So heading 1, select heading 1, which you changed already, and go to the heading 2 from the style and update it. So your heading 2 is also updated now. If you want to add some random paragraphs, hit enter and Control V, which you have copied, paste it here. Now if you also want to add some other paragraph for the heading number 2, go and Control V. Now remember that this was your subheading of heading number 2. So I want to use another heading, so that was my 1.2. This must be my 1.2.1. So for that I need to select this one and this one too. This is again subheading for heading number 2. So select same for this one. Now remember that this is the subheading. The first one shows that this is chapter number 1. Second shows that this is the second main heading, and the one shows the first heading of a second main heading. Now I think I should again change it to the Times New Roman, because this is my subheading and I want to update it. Heading number 3, because it is heading number 3, so you have to update it so that all other subheadings must be updated. Hit enter, Control V, add a paragraph, Control V, add a paragraph. You can remove this extra spacing, extra enter. Now your first chapter is almost done. You have the chapter name, you have first heading, you have second heading, and you have subheadings for the second heading. Similarly, you can do same for the chapter number 2. Let's say this is my main heading. Remember, the main heading, you have to use heading 2, which shows 2.1. This is also main heading, second main heading again, and this is the subheading, so go for the subheading, which is heading number 3. Add a paragraph. Add a paragraph here too, and also here. So now you can see that what you have done so far, you have acknowledgement in a single page, abstract in the other page, and chapter number and name is in a separate page, and after that you have the name of a chapter and then heading, and then whatever text it contains. So that's how you write thesis. Now the benefit you get that after writing in this formatting, that whenever you have to create, let's say that in the beginning, Control enter, because I wanted another page here. Let's say I want to create a table of contents, so for that I need to go to the insert tab, reference tab, table of content, and automatic. So now the table of content is created now. If you want to change something, you can go for table of content, which shows that your introduction is in page number 5, heading 1, which is the main heading. Heading 1 and heading 2 are the main heading of introduction. These appeared here. So that is how you create, that is how you write thesis in a professional way, and you create a table of content. Now let's say that I want to add equation number, or I want to write some equations here. So for that I need to first create a template for the equation. Hit enter. Let's say I wanted to write an equation here and also one equation here. So you see that these two are extra spaces I have created for my equation number 1 and equation number 2, but I want that my equation must be in, equation number must be in a way that this was the equation of this was the equation of this particular chapter number. So before creating it, you need to go to the insert tab and add a table of 3x1. Set the first and last column into same size roughly. Now go here and type EQ, and in the parentheses you need to go to the reference tab and insert caption equation. You need to uncheck this one, so you have to check this one and go for the numbering and include chapter number. Okay, so 1.1, because this was my first equation number of first chapter. So what you have done so far, you need to copy it or cut it, Control X and Control V. Go for the bold and increase the writing size. 12 is okay. And go here in the paragraph section, and so that is okay. Go for the layout and to the center. Go for the home tab and you need to remove this space so that this must be aligned now. This is aligned now. I go here and Alt plus equal. It will create the style for an equation. So now you have to select this whole, go for the layout to the center, and then go for the insert tab, quick part, and save the selection. Let's say I want to save it as my equation number. Okay, so the template is saved now. If you want to write an equation here, you can simply type F equals MA. That is your first equation mentioned here, and let's say this was my second equation. So I need to go to the insert tab and then quick part, and I use this formatting, my equation number. So I need to create it. So go here and type another equation. Let's say P equals F by A. So that was my second equation. Similarly, you can create anywhere you want to. Let's say I want to create one more here. Go for the insert, quick part, my equation number, the template you have said. So this was my third equation of first chapter. You can write anything, E equals MC square. So now you wrote all the three equations. Let's say I want to add some other equation in second chapter. For that you need to go here and see the difference. Let's say I want to create the equation here. Go for the quick part, my equation number, and you can see that you can write anything. 2x plus 3y equals to z. So now you have created 3 equations, but this equation shows that equation number 2.1 because this was the first equation of chapter number 2. So that's how you create an equation number, a template for an equation number. What else I want to do is, let's say I want to add a picture and give it a caption. So I should use, let's say I want to create here, I want to insert a picture here. So you need to go picture. Let's say I want to insert this picture. Control E will take you to the center, but remember that this is selected for the picture. It won't affect your text. Now select the picture you have just inserted, right click and insert caption. Insert caption, you have to label it to the figure, because this was your figure 1.1. This means that the first figure of first chapter. You can type anything, the stock market, result. If you want to exclude, it won't write the figure here, so you need to uncheck it so that your figure 1.1 must be shown. Go here. Now you see that your caption is too small, so you need to increase the size and turn it bold. I think 12 is okay. Now this writing style, which was the caption, which is the writing style for the caption, we need to go here and update it. Right click and update it. So your caption is updated now. Whenever you give caption again, it will give in this format. Let's say this was the figure 1.1. Let me add another figure in the second chapter. So I want to add another picture here. Hit enter and insert picture. Let's say set. Control E will take it to the center. Right click and insert caption. Figure, you see that figure 2.1 is here. So you want to write anything, we want to this is my second picture of chapter 2. Okay, so you see that the caption is in the same format as it was for the first one. So that's how you insert your pictures. If you want to add a cross-reference, you want to write a cross-reference. Let's say I want here my cross-reference, I want to give a reference for this picture. So for that you need to use a cross-reference as shown in. You need to go to the insert tab and go for the cross-reference. So in the cross-reference, first you have to select the reference type, which was figure, and entire caption what you want, or just only label and number. So I think label and number is okay, and insert cancel. Now you see that your reference is given here. So if you are in this page, you can simply click, hit Control and then left click. It will take you to that particular page number where that figure is present. So that is the benefit of giving cross-reference, so that you can simply click on the cross-reference and it will take you to that particular page number where that figure, equation, table or things like that are present. So if you similarly, if you want to give a cross reference for this one, you can simply go here and as in equation number. So control, I want to give a reference of equation, so I need to go to the equation and I want to give a reference of this equation, or let's say I want to give a reference of 2.1. Insert, which is inserted now. So you can see that this is the cross reference you give. Now press Control and left click. Control and left click will take you to automatically take to that particular page number where your equation 2.1 is present. So that is the cross reference, giving the cross reference. Now I have added 2 pictures. Now I want after this, Control Enter, you need to remove this extra space. Now I want my list of figures to be appeared here. So for that I need to go to the reference and insert table of figures. Let's say I want whatever adding style you want, just simply hit OK. List of figures, bold and writing style, that is okay. Control E. If you don't need this one, simply select this one and copy the formatting for that. Copy. So you get the same formatting for the table of content and list of figures. So you have 2 pictures, figure 1.1 and 2.1. 1.1 is in chapter number 7 and the other is in chapter number 11. So you don't need to create it all by yourself. It will create all by itself. So that is the benefit of writing thesis in a professional way. Now what else you want is, let's say I want I want that in the header my chapter number and name must be shown. So for that you need to go to the any header. Let's say I want to go here and you need to go to the document info, which is in the home. So in the design you have to double click in the header portion, it will show you design, and then you go for the document info and field, go to the bottom and see style reference. So your style reference is present here. Your chapter name, which was the formatting for your chapter name and number, so you need to use this one. Hit OK. It is not showing because I have done a mistake here. I need to select this one and remove it because the extra spacing it was. You need to go to the chapter number 2 again. Remove this writing style because the writing style for these extra spaces are same as for that one. So it is actually showing this on the top. So when you have to remove the writing style for this one, which was the extra spacing, so now your writing style is updated now. If you wanted to make any change, go for the home tab and increase the size if you want to, bold, and even if you want to change the color, you can change the color. If you want to add a line after that, then select this one. So that is the way you should write your thesis. Chapter number 1, introduction, and chapter number 2 is methodology. You see that your chapter number 2 is in the lowercase, Shift F3, Control A, right click and update it. Or simply you can do Control A, right click and update field, update entire table. It will change it. Now all the formatting are being updated now. So that's how you create table of content. The writing style, you can change the writing style whichever you want to. So this is the way you need to follow. This is one thing that is missing, that is I need it to be in a uppercase, Shift F3, so your chapter number is also updated now. It is in the uppercase now. So I hope you like it. If you like it, and if you want any other videos like that, so you need to subscribe the channel, and don't forget to hit the like button. Sorry, hit the bell icon.